So today we are going to start with Śrī Gopāla-campū. So instead of doing Harināmāmṛta-vyākaraṇam, we will read little bit of Gopāla-campū and see it from grammar point of view. So it may be boring for those who do not know Sanskrit grammar, but you can still listen. So Gopāla-campū or Śrī Gopāla-campū is in two parts. It's called pūrva-campū and uttara-campū. Means the earlier part and later part. Just like Bhagavatam is divided, the 10th canto, in two parts. First 50 chapters and then next 40 chapters. They're divided like that. And it's primarily based on Bhagavatam. Stories of Krishna are being explained here. And it's basically the theology of Krishna Sandarbha is included here in Gopāla-campū. So whatever the theological principles Sri Jīva Gosvāmī has established in Krishna Sandarbha, they will all come here in Gopāla-campū, but they will come as part of story. So it gives the story of Śrī Kṛṣṇa from beginning to end. Primarily based on Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, but he also adds some other parts from Vishnu Purana, Harivansa Purana, Skanda Purana and Brahmanda Purana. Some stories which are not in Bhagavatam, like the Holi, this color festival, is not there in Bhagavatam. So that you will see here. Or the story of Radha Kund, it's not there in Bhagavatam. So that you will find here. Krishna's coming back to Vrindavan. You don't see it directly mentioned in Bhagavatam, although in Krishna Sandarbha, Sri Jīva Gosvāmī, he tried to derive it from Bhagavatam slokas. So that they will come in more detail here in this Gopāla-campū. So the Champu is a special type of Sanskrit literature. In Sanskrit there are three types of literature or writings: Padyamaya, Gadyamaya and mixture. So Padya means poetry, Gadya means prose, and Champu is that which is a combination of both. So Gadya Padyamayam Kavyam Champuritya Vidhiyate. So that kavya, that poetical composition, which consists of both Gadya and Padya, prose and poetry, that is called Champu. So it became very popular from 10th century onwards. Although there was Champu writing even before, even in 2nd century or even in Vedas. In fact, even if you see Bhagavata Purana itself, then in 5th canto there is a lot of prose. Also some in 12th canto is also there. But it is not called as Champu because it is very little. Only in basically these two places. But in Champu it is not like that. In Champu it will be throughout. There will be verses and then there will be prose and mixture of everywhere. Otherwise you can see it in Vedic literature also, slokas, mixture. But they are really not called Champus because it is like uneven. But here you will see a good mixture of both. So that is what is called Champu. There is another explanation of word Champu given. It says Chamatkritya Punati iti Champu. So Cham refers to Chamatkar, means that which is very wondrous, which is very astonishing and which purifies, that is called Champu. So that's another meaning. There have been many great Champus, Nala Champu, Yash Champu, there is a Champu Ramayana also, Champu Mahabharata. various types of champus are there. But Śrī Gopāla-campū is very special. One thing is that its mere size is amazing. I mean, if you see that there are 2 big volumes of this, it is quite amazing to write something. So you see, this is just a translation. So in Sanskrit to write that much is a lot. I don't know how many slokas, but here in this book somebody was saying that it has 30,000 slokas in it, which doesn't look like that to me. 30,000 is a lot. Bhagavatam is 18,000. But it's quite amazing. And then there are different types of meters used, all types of meters, Vrudavalis. Some places are like not only poetic but like a play, dialogue is going on. So that is also used. All kind of sahityik, alankaras, and all types of vrittis, everything is you will find in this book. And on top of that, this has got the uses of all the sutras of Harināmāmṛta-vyākaraṇam. That whatever, and that's why we want to study it from Harināmāmṛta-vyākaraṇ point of view. So when you study Harināmāmṛta-vyākaraṇ, it's only the sutras, there is no application there. But you will find the application of the sutras here. Of course, application of the sutra is not in the order of the sutras. Just like Bhagavatam is a commentary of the Vedanta Sutra, but it's not in the order. So that we have to struggle hard to figure out, to decode which sutra is being applied where, so it may go very slow. And the other interesting thing is that the number of words which have been used here is that those of you who are familiar with Amarkosh, which is a famous thesaurus of Sanskrit. It's not really a dictionary, but like a thesaurus. And another one which is very famous is Trikandashesh and Medini Kosh. All the words which are used in these 3 dictionaries, they have been used here in Gopāla-campū. So you can understand the brain of Jīva Gosvāmī, that all these words are there in his brain, means he knows everything, all these dictionaries by heart, and then that's not enough. He is using them, and then using them, of course, as a part of Krishna's story. The only one part which is not used is in Amarkosh. There is one part called Vanausdhi Varga. So one part, there are 3 divisions of Amarkosh, and each division has got different chapters. I think there are 2000 slokas in Amarkosh, if I am not wrong, or maybe more. So that Vanausdhi Varga is simply talking about the various herbs and plants and trees. So those are not, all of them are not used. Of course, many will come. But this is amazing. So there is no other champu which is as big as this. There is also Anand Vrindavan Champu written by Kavi Kanpur, but it's like equal to 1 volume of Gopāla-campū. And that's also very amazing. And then on top of that, it's not just telling story, because there are other champus. Basically, champus are telling some stories based on Ramayana, Mahabharata, or historical things. But here there is also the complete theology of Bhagavatam, and especially of Krishna Sandarbha, on the philosophical points. And then there are so many prayers which you will find in Gopāla-campū, and very beautiful ragas and songs which can be sung with musical instruments. You know that Jayadeva Goswami wrote Gita Govinda, and Gita Govinda is very musical. It is one of the topmost musical poetry which even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to hear, and this Gita Govinda is the one which is sung in front of Lord Jagannath in Jagannath Puri. But the types of songs like Gita Govinda, you will find hundreds of such songs here in Gopāla-campū. All the people don't know this, but the same caliber of songs Jiva Goswami writes hundreds of them in Gopāla-campū. And all the tattva related with name, form, qualities and pastimes of Krishna, Nama, Rupa, Lila, Guna, that is which you will find here in Gopāla-campū. So it's quite an amazing work of Sri Jiva Goswami, although not so well known, and that is because of the complexity of the Sanskrit which is used. Not everybody can translate it. You have to be really a master of Sanskrit Vyākaraṇam, besides knowing the Sahitya and Alankara and Chandas, to really, and you have to know all the koshas to translate it, and then it's so voluminous. So these are the reasons that it is not very, very popular, not so much known, but those who are in the field of Sahitya, they know about it. So we will read a little bit of it every Friday and try to see how the sūtras of Harināmāmṛta-vyākaraṇam is being applied here. That's what we'll attempt. It's not easy, so we'll go a little slow. So there are two divisions I said, and then there are chapters in it, and chapters are called Puranam. Purana means complete, but that's how he names. So this is the first Purana of pūrva-campū, or the first part. So this is the invocatory verse. This is a famous verse of Jiva Gosvāmī. It's very simple. Śrī Kṛṣṇa Krishna Chaitanya sa Sanatana Rūpaka Gopāla-campū Brajavallabha pahi mam. So it's very simple. When you think of Gopāla-campū, which has so much high class poetry and writing, but his invocation is so simple. So invocation is just in the invocatory case. That's the right way to do it. That's why it is invocation. So it is all sambodhanas, right? So Śrī Kṛṣṇa, O Śrī Kṛṣṇa, Krishna Chaitanya, O Śrī Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya, Sa Sanatana Rūpaka, O Śrī Rupa Gosvāmī and Sanatana Gosvāmī, O Gopāla Bhatta Gosvāmī, O Raghunath Bhatta Gosvāmī, O Raghunath Das Gosvāmī, O Śrī Vallabha, who has attained Vraja, please protect me, Pahimam. So all these names are in the Sambodhana, Prathama Ekvachan, or rather Sambodhana Ekvachan. So he is calling Śrī Kṛṣṇa, then calling Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then calling his 2 or 5 followers, Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Raghunath Das, Raghunath Bhatta, Gopāla Bhatta Goswami. And then he is also calling his father, who was Vallabha. So Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami and Vallabha, they were brothers. Sanatana Goswami was eldest of these 3, but they are supposed to be 5. There were 2 more, but we don't know about them. And Jiva Goswami was son of Vallabha Goswami. it is understood that he also had a brother, Rajendra, but I thought Rajendra was Sanatana Goswami's son, but today I read that he was Jiva Gosvāmī's brother. His samadhi is there, I think, in Radhakund. So Vraja Vallabh, why is he calling Vraja Vallabh? Because when he is writing, he is no more there. Vallabha is also known as Anupama, but Jiva Gosvāmī writes always Vallabha. So it seems these names were given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
So which names were given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Vallabha?
Rup, Sanatan, Vallabha. To these three. So there is only one verb here. So in Sanskrit, a sentence is that which has to have one verb. This is one of the definition of a sentence. Ek ting vakyam. What is a sentence? Sentence is that which has got one verb. Without verb, there is no sentence. And everything in a sentence is related to the verb. So in Sanskrit, the verb is the pivotal point. That's why whenever you see any shloka, the first thing, when you have to make the anvaya, when you have to make a prose sentence out of the verse, the first thing you have to see, where is the verb? And then you relate all other words to the verb. And those are called karakas, which are 6 in number, or 8 vibhaktis are there. But everything has to be related to the verb directly or indirectly. So direct relationship in the verb is of course only of the karta, the agent, and others become related indirectly to that. Karma is also related directly. So here it is pahi and mam. So pahi comes from the root pa, palane. Pa means to protect. And this is Vidhatri or Lot Lakar and Madhyam Purush Ekvachan. Right? Second person, singular. So how is pahi made? Anyone can make pahi? Anybody? How will you make pahi? So pa is there and you apply he. So first you have pa is a dhatu, and on dhatu you apply pratyaya. Right? So then only the pada becomes. So he is there, pa he. Hitamta, tuptamantu hitamta, ani pavap amap. So this is a Krishna dhatuka. Achyutaja panchivasya Krishna dhatuka, anya pratyaya ram dhatuka. So shap has to come. Shap Krishna dhatu ke kartari. Because this is a Krishna dhatuka. Right? First 5, Achyuta, Vidhi, Vidhatri. Who is that? So, being Krishna dhatuka, shap has to be applied. So you have pa and shap and then he. So what happens to shap? So shap is dropped because it belongs to Adadigan. What is the sutra for dropping shap?
Adadar shapo mahara.
Yes, very good. So adade shapo mahara. Dhatus which belong to the Adadigan, this is their peculiarity, that shap is mahahar. Not only her but mahar. So therefore shap is dropped. So you are left with pa and he, pahi. So that's how you have pahi, protect me. So who? Me is mam. How is mam? What is mam? This is from asmad. Ahamavam vayam. Mamavam. Asman. And then? Bolo.
Maya. Avabhyam asmabhihi. Mayham asmabhyam asmabhya. And then mat. Asmabhyam asmat.
Good.
And then mama avayo or avayo. Avayoho. Asman. Asmakam, yes. Asmakam, yeah. Asmakam, then Mayi, Avayoho, Asmasu.
Good. So we have to remember all these things. You have to memorize them. This is the whole game of Sanskrit, So mam is Dvitiya Bhakti Ekvachan. Karmani Dvitiya. Why Dvitiya has come? Because it is a karma. What is karma? Kriyayat sadhika tat karma. So you have to know these sutras. This is how it works. So why Dvitiya Vibhakti has been used? Because he is saying pahi, protect me. Protect whom? Protect whom? Me. So this is the kriyayat sadhika tat karma. What is karma? Or the object is that for which the kriya is performed, for which the verb is being performed. So what is he praying for? To get the blessing for himself. So that is the sadhik. The aim is that. So therefore they take Dvitiya Vibhakti. So if you want to go a little more, then every verb has got two things. In the verb there are two parts. One is the dhatu, other is the pratyaya. So dhatu here is pa, pratyaya is he. So both have got meanings. The meaning of dhatu is also two, called phala and vyapara. Phal vyapara yor dhatu ashreyastu tinga smrita. Phale pradhanam vyapara tingarthastu visheshanam. This is a very lengthy explanation of this in Vyākaraṇa Bhūṣana Sāra. So it describes that dhatu, because the dhatu is pa, pratyaya is he. So dhatu has got two parts. One is vyapara, the intermediary actions, because every verb will have many intermediary actions, and then the phala, the outcome. And then the ti, it will have the meaning of karma and karta, because when you see pahi, even if mam was not there, from pahi what will you understand? First of all, it is in kartrivachya, right? It is madhyam purusha, it is ekvachan, so sankhya is coming, kala is coming, time, it's in present, pahi mam. So sankhya means number, singular, time, and whether it is kartrivachya or karmavachya. So we know that this is kartrivachya, right? It's not karmavachya, it is active voice. So all this is understood from he. You cannot understand this from dhatu. When you see dhatu pa, you will not know what time is it time related to this, or for how many people it is being. You cannot know that. That is understood from the pratyaya, from the suffix. So all that comes from there. And then with that you can only have singular mam, because that is in singular. So there has to be a samanadhikaranya. So the mam is karma that goes along with pahi. So because pahi is in ekvachan, then mam also has to be in ekvachan.
Could you have said also asman pahi?
Yeah, sorry, not, yeah, that would not, no, I'm wrong to say that it is going samanadhikarana. Samanadhikarana of pahi will be with the kartra. So now, because pahi is in ekvachan, so therefore this pahi will be applied with each one of them, not cumulatively. So it will go like Śrī Kṛṣṇa pahi mam, Krishna Chaitanya pahi mam, so Sanatan Roop ka pahi mam, Gopala pahi mam, Raghunatha Apta pahi mam, Brajval, because they are not together. Otherwise it will be plural. So they are related with each one of them. So they go along with that. Generally speaking, when you are having invocation, that is not a karta. But although when you see karakas are only 6, because they are the one which are related with the verb. When you have an invocation is not related with anything. But since it is part of the verb, part of the sentence, it has to be related. So sambodhan is nothing but abhimukhikaranam, that by which you draw the attention of the person. So it is then understood that what here means, Śrī Kṛṣṇa tvam mam pahi. Krishna Chaitanya tvam mam pahi. Sasanatan Roop ka tvam mam pahi. Of course here there are two, but since they have been put into the samasa, so Sanatanasya Roop along with Sasanatana Roop, the Rupa Goswami along with Sanatana. So it becomes one. Gopal. So it will go like that. And mam pahi. So when you make a sentence, the verb in Sanskrit comes at the end. That's how you'll make the anvaya. You have the first karta, then you have the karma, and then you have the verb. That's how the anvaya is done. Okay, so this is as far as the sloka is. It's very simple. So now he writes himself. He says, Tadevam arambha sambhavad antar mahasa sahasa. So you will see a lot of pun here. Pun and alliteration. So you know alliteration. So like he says, mahasa sahasa. You will find that so much here continuously. Vilikhya tadidam ullikhyate. So he says that arambha sambhavad antar mahasa sahasa. He says, when I thought of writing, then in my heart suddenly a great light appeared. So sahasa means suddenly, mahasa means light, vilikhya tadidam ullikhyate. So because of that I am writing.
A question here. So in the reading that I'm having, it says arambha, sambhava, and then dantaram mahasa?
Sambhavat.
Sambhavat.
Antar mahasa.
So sambhavat then is the Kshatri or?
Yeah. So kimidam. So he says that, what is it? Madishta devasya mad anvishta daya shishtata tad bhakta samudayasya chakramta smaranam avirbhutam. So he says it is Mad Ishta Deva, Mad Ishtadevasya, of my Ishtadeva, Mad Anvishta Daya, Shishta Tad Bhakta Samudayasya Chakramta Smaranam Avirbhutam. So the memory of these people in that order appeared in my mind. Who are they? First my Ishtadev and the devotees of those Ishtadev, because that's what he has in the sloka. He is writing the explanation of the sloka, or writing about the sloka, that he has Śrī Kṛṣṇa first and then the devotees are coming. So tad bhakta samudayasya, and then also the group of the devotees. Kevalasya madishta devasya kim va tadshishtasya. Or is it only my Ishtadeva and then tadvishishtasya? So there are three options he is giving here. That only my Ishtadev, okay. So first Ishtadev and the devotees of Ishtadev, and the second is only Ishtadev, and then third is devotees with Ishtadev. So there are three explanations he will give of this verse. So then he himself says, yes, yes. Tantratas tatratayamapi swatantrataya labhyate. So this is the, again, alliteration coming here. Swatantrataya and tantrataya. So tantra, what does the word tantra means? So tantra means when you say one sentence and it has got more than one meaning. That is called tantra, because it comes from word tanu vistare. So therefore he says tantrata, that by the principle of tantra, tat trayamapi. You see how he is bringing that tra there. The all three meanings swatantrataya fill everything. So he says by the principle of tantra, all three meanings are there in this sloka, in this simple sloka. Tatra prathamam tavat prathamata prathayami. So now he is having the alliteration of the pratha. So tatra prathamam, first of all, tavat prathamata. First of all, I am giving the first meaning. So tatra prathamam means the first meaning. Tavat prathamata, firstly, prathayami. Prathayami means I am explaining. So I am explaining the first meaning first. Atra Shripadam anyadapi kinchid anushtupa chanda parachandataya purvatra cha paraparatra cha yatra nadattam tatra cha sandhatavyam. So here he says that the word Śrī he has applied only before Krishna. Right? Śrī Kṛṣṇa. And there is no Śrī afterwards. So he says, so please apply that also everywhere. And why I have not applied is because of the anushtup chanda. Kinchida anushtupa chanda parachandataya. So chanda means meter, parachanda means under the control of another. So he says, because I am under the control of the Anushtup Chanda, therefore I cannot put Sri everywhere, otherwise there will be a Chanda Bhanga. So, what is that? Api masim masam kuriyat, Chanda Bhangam tu na kuriyat. So, you should not do Chanda Bhanga, you should not destroy or make wrong or mistake in the Chanda, even if you have to change the word which is not there. So this is as Anushtup Chanda, this sloka, and that is the Parachanda. Chanda also means, just like you have Swatantra, Partantra. Parachanda means Partantra. So I am under the control of Anushtup Chanda. So Purvatra cha, Parpatra cha, yatra na dattam. So earlier or later, where I have not given, tatra cha sandhatavyam, that you should yourself consider or apply it, that it is there. So Anushtup Chanda is what you call as sloka. Actually it is Anushtup Chanda. Sloka you can call anyone as sloka. And its characteristic is sloka shashtham gurugayam sarvatra laghu saptamam panchamam dvichatu padyor harsham saptamam dirgham anyayo. This is the characteristic of Anushtup Chanda, that the fifth letter will always be small. We can see if it is actually fitting here or not. So Śrī Kṛṣṇa, Krishna, it's not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 is not. So it is small. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. And Sashtham Gurugayam, the sixth has to be long. And Dvichatu Padyo Hrishram Saptamam Dirgham. And the seventh has to be Dirgha in the first and in the third pada, and Rasva in second and fourth pada. That is the Lakshana of. So this is about the sloka. Now he is going to do the explanation of the maṅgalācaraṇa-śloka. But before that, I forgot to tell you one thing which is very interesting. This is the second last verse of Gopāla-campū, means in the second part, the second last verse. He writes this. He says, Maya sviye kavye nikhilaras yogam gyayata kritam dhashtam kashtam bat harirama hrikhrida sakrit vidhatavyam dhirairyadi drishi tada tannate giritem chatum bhaktim prakatayati soyam kavijanaha. Very interesting thing he says. He says, Maya sviye kavye nikhil ras yogam gyayata. He says, I have explained all the rasas in my kavya here. All the 12 rasas you will find here. And therefore he says that I have done drishtata. Means, what will be the proper word for dharshtyam here? Like, yeah,
boldness.
Boldness is not really the proper word, you know. Means like improperly boldness. That is what is called drishtata. So he says this is very painful, that I have repeatedly impudence. Yes, thank you. That is the proper word, impudence. Audacious is not that good. Impudent or impudence is the right word. So I am being very impudent because repeatedly I have revealed the pastimes of Krishna with gopis and thus revealed their modesty. Ahiri kritas asakrit. And vidhatavyam dhirai yadi drishi tada tannatu gritima chatu bhitais. He says, therefore, you can use your eyes to read my poetry, but don't use your speech to speak it. So basically, he's saying that we should not speak it. You can read it yourself, but don't talk about it to others. So he says, I'm flattering you out of fear. Then please don't do this. Chatu bhītah prakatayati soyam kavijana. He says this kavijan, this poet, Jīva Gosvāmī, is begging you that don't speak it, because this is improper. So in other words, this will not be spoken in the assembly of non-devotees. But just like in beginning of Tattva Sandarbha also, he says that yes, Śrī Kṛṣṇa bhajan ekabhilasvan, that only those who are interested in Krishna bhakti and do not desire anything else, only they should read my book, not others. So I thought this was very interesting that he writes that here. So anyway, so today we will stop here only. And then in the next weekend, he will give 3 explanations of this sloka. Okay.